Hello, all of my crafty friends. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Thank you to all of my old and new subscribers. I so greatly appreciate your encouragement, your support, your comments, your feedback. All of it is so upbuilding and encouraging to me. So I thank you for coming back to my channel. And then if you're new here, I hope you might consider subscribing and joining me for even more videos to come. Today's project is a fall inspired flip book, and it's accordion style flip book, and we're using those papers from Temu. So if you've ever been on Temu and you've seen some of their paper collections, their scrapbook paper collections, and maybe you even have some in your stash and you want to consider making something with them, this may inspire you to use those papers to make this flip book. This flip book measures 5 by 5.5, so it's perfect size, and it's still pretty flat, not super chunky. Can be given as flat mail or as a gift with a gift card inside or note inside. You'll see everything that's inside, all the pockets and the areas for notes and things like that that you can add to the project if you're giving it as a gift to someone. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. From the front, you can see these pretty swans or ducks that I wanted to put on the front, and this is all that beautiful scenery that's on that paper. And you may notice a kind of a glossy sheen to this paper. Temu does have paper with this glossy sheen, or they do have the more muted papers too, so that might be something that you want to really pay attention to before purchasing, depending on what you want to make with your project. Maybe it doesn't really make that much of a difference to you, but if that is something that you're critical about, you may want to pay attention to that part too. So I added up here some of these vellum leaves and flowers that were in my stash. I just added that at the top, and this part, or this cover, flips out. And first I'll point out that it's a pocket up top with a area for a tag, and this is again part of that same collection with that drink, that ice drink, and made that into a tag with some seam binding at the top. And then on the back I just added the craft paper. I thought it would be better than the stark white, but it still allows for journaling or writing on the back as well. So that's that front part. And so this opens this way, and you're going to see that it also opens the other direction, but we'll just do this direction first. Inside is a pocket here, and I just added more of those vellum flowers here. And in the pocket I put a little booklet with that scenery on it, and then I added another tag with those fall leaves and seam binding up front, and then of course the craft paper on the back. And then it still kind of shows you that fall scene there. Over on this side is another beautiful scenery with that cozy chair and all those pretty fall colors. And then I just added a sticker. Today is full of possibilities at the bottom there. And I didn't really want to cover up that scene any more than that, so I kind of left it. And then when you turn it over, you see now more of the animals in the fall setting. So pretty. And then over here too, and this page is a pocket page as well, and I just added a little fold over flip card here with the owl, and then the craft paper inside for journaling. And then there's a pocket here on the side that I added another tag with the little bug on there. No one really likes bugs, but that still looks pretty cute. And then I had added a button and some ribbon on the top there too. And then of course the craft background. And then when you move it out, you see more of that fall scenery. And then on the back is more of that too. And then when you go back the other way, you'll see that there is this scene, this picture. This is a tuck spot, a tuck spot with the vellum flower there, and then a little sticker that says live in the moment. And then I just added a little booklet and secured it down with one of those paper clips, heart paper clips, and then inside here I'll remove that so you can see the full picture of that cold drink there with the fall flowers on top. On this side is a mini envelope with a tag pocket. So this is a pocket here, and then I just created another tag, and then this is an envelope that fully opens, but there's nothing inside at this time. And then here's another scene with that kind of RV in the fall setting. And then you come back to the front. So very simple project. I think I mainly wanted to highlight those pretty papers and those scenes. I do have some paper left that I want to use to make one more of these, and so we'll go ahead and make this tutorial. We'll get into the tutorial and make it together. Okay. Okay, so I've pulled out my scoreboard because I've done some pre-cutting to kind of move this along a little bit, but I'll walk you through everything that's needed for the project. So for the first sheet, you're going to need a piece of paper that is 4.5 by 9.5, and you'll see that I've already scored it at 4.5 and 9. So 4.5 by 9.5 scored at 4.5 and 9, and you're just folding it as a accordion style, because this will create your pocket cover. It'll create a pocket up top, and then this is the part we'll use to attach to the other paper. So you're just folding it in accordion style, and you should end up with something that looks like this. Okay, so that's the first cover, sheet number 1. Sheet number 2 is actually, let me get them in order here so I won't confuse you. Sheet number 2 is measured at 5.5 by 11, and we're going to end up scoring this at 4 3/4 and 9.5. So let's do that part together. So again, this sheet is 5.5 by 11, and I'm going to score it at 4 3/4 and 9.5. So 4 3/4. And then at 9.5. Okay, and so for this one, you want to fold your first part down, and then that last flap is going to be a pocket for you, so you can fold that towards you. So you should end up with something that looks just like this. So you're folding down and then folding that pocket towards you. So you can already see how this is all going to attach itself. You're going to be attaching just like this, and it creates kind of a staggered edge here that gets increasingly bigger, but this is how you attach it, and then the back part is your pocket. So then the third sheet is measured at 5.5 by 10, and you're only going to score that at 5. Don't want to tear that paper, huh? Okay. So you're scoring that at 5, and then you're just folding that in half. And that's it. Pretty simple, right? So this is how it will attach. You'll take that front cover, and we're going to glue that down on these two sides, create a pocket, and use this flip part to attach to our second sheet. And then use this pocket at the back to attach to the third sheet. So let's glue this down together. I'll get my art glitter glue here. So for that first sheet, again, I'm just going to be applying glue down here at the bottom and on the side here, so that I can still have that upper opening, that top opening as my pocket. I'm just adding a bead of glue on the bottom, on the side, and then I can seal this up. And so now I have this opening up at the top, and I still have this flap here on the side. So I'm going to take my second sheet, And the thing about this part is I wanted to make sure that I centered this. I know it's maybe kind of hard to see because it's black paper, but I wanted to center this so that maybe you can see it a little bit better now, so that that smaller page is kind of in the center of the bigger page. So I just want to make sure that part is centered. And I'm just going to apply glue on this edge here so that I can attach it to this sheet. And again, I just want to make sure I center this and line it up to that edge. Make sure everything's even, get rid of any excess glue. Okay, we will be covering that with paper, so if it does go over a little bit, I wouldn't fret too much about it because we're going to cover all of that up anyway. So already you have this front page with the pocket, and then when you flip it over, you have this other page, and this part stays open. Now you could certainly make that into another pocket, but I liked the accordion flip back and forth, and I didn't want to lose these pages because I wanted to put more scenery, more fall scenery on here, and so I left that part open. On this part though, I did seal it down because I wanted this to be a back pocket for me, a larger pocket that I can put more things inside. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll seal this pocket down by adding glue at the bottom and then on the side. And then I'll seal this down. And then you're going to take your other pages, and then this becomes your pocket on this page. So now you have all of this, and you still have this back pocket. You have two pockets on this back portion here as well as here. And I made a mistake here by putting those numbers on that crease there, so I'll erase that so that it doesn't show through on the project too. But for right now, let me go ahead and add glue here and attach this to that page. So again, my pocket is up top, and I'm just attaching it here so that it can become a pocket on the side too, and lining everything up, making sure everything is even, and creasing it down. Okay, so that is pretty much the pocket, the base of the project itself. Just gonna crease everything down. As you can see, you have this front flap, and this has a pocket up top, and it can go either this way or that way. When you open it this way, you have these extra pages here for scenery. Again, you can choose to make this into a pocket, so that it's two pockets back to back, two large pockets of top opening pockets. But I wanted to use more of the scenery on the pages, so that's why I left it open. And then as you see over here on the far right, you have a pocket there, and then you also have a pocket up top here. And then you can flip it over, and then there's more panels there to add more pretty paper. So that's pretty much the base of the project. So let me show you the remaining Temu papers that I have from this collection that I'm going to use for this project as well. Okay, so these are the papers that I have remaining from the packet. So you can see there's still such beautiful scene, and I had already cut this one down because I figured I wanted this one to be on my cover. This is what I wanted there. And then here's more of the pretty animals, more of those ducks or swans, another cozy scene. Here's a bird. Here's another owl picture. There's another camper RV, and then this one is more of those fall flowers, and then another animal picture there. So I'm going to use all of these in this flip book that we just made together, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So one thing I did do with this particular project is I did some blending on the edges because I just wanted more of the fall scene to come through. So I blended the edges with some distress ink, and I'll show you that one, that brand that I use, the distress ink, the color that I use. I'll show that. Let me grab it really quick. Okay, so I used these two. One is called Rusty Hinge, and then the other one is Vintage Photo. So I use these two for the edges of here, and just use my blending brush just to kind of add a little bit more color here. The other thing I did that I want to point out too is these papers are pretty thin to me. So before I mounted them onto my project, I added an extra layer of craft cardstock. So I cut it to the same size that I wanted it to be, and then I added it to the back of this before matting it onto the black base of the project. So I did that because I just wanted to add a little extra firmness to the project. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut these papers down and then add them to the base of this project, and then I'll show you my finished project. Stand by. Okay, my friends, so this is how it looks with all the papers glued down. Of course, it could use with some more decorating, and I'll do that off camera, but I just wanted you to take a quick look at how it can look when the papers are put down. Again, I use that house as the cover portion of the flip book, and I added some more of those vellum flowers that I had in my stash. I could quickly add that on. And remember that, show you really quick, that this up top is a pocket where you can add a tag there. And then when you flip it over, here is the owl on this page. This page has the cozy scene with the cup and the lounge chair. And then when you flip it over, here's the bird. Here's a side pocket with another animal that looks like a hedgehog, but you guys will probably correct me in the comments. And then up top is another pocket. Then this is the back. Looks like a raccoon. No, not a raccoon. Could be. It should have more stripes, huh? Again, you guys will correct me in the comments. So here's another one on the back, and then when you flip it over, it has the RV and the swans there too. So let me go ahead and bring in the original one so that you can see them side by side. So again, this one is just minus the tags and the other inserts, but pretty nice idea to use up those Temu papers that have such gorgeous scenery on them. It can be used as a flip book gift. I was also thinking that this could also be used as a journal. You don't have to put a scenery on the back or something on the back. You can just leave the back blank and just glue it inside of a journal, leave it flat like this, and then it can still open. Let's get you in camera. You can still open this way, and it can still open this way as well. So you wouldn't lose any of that that real estate, that space there that you could use for journaling, and you could still just glue it down, maybe even gluing it down just on 2 or 3 sides and leaving a pocket on the back side there, but still has a nice view with those pretty pictures there. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial of how you can use up those Temu papers, and just a nice little flip book idea that maybe you'll consider trying for yourself. Again, please do consider liking, subscribing, commenting. All of it is so encouraging, and it does help me to make my channel even better, and I do greatly appreciate all of you in sticking with me through this tutorial, and hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.